Happy Tuesday, people. I'm Leela. This is the pie. She's been waiting on set for about 45 minutes now. She's not missing her treats. No. Hello. We're going to do something today called Tidy Tuesday. I can see you're all worked up about it. What? Yeah, so I'm going to clean my iPad because I noticed last week Jade did a thing where she was doing her dump, in her bin. Meow sound. Meow sound. Ha, ah, ah, ah. Bup, 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 bup. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Ha 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 ha! Awesome. Perfect. All right, well. Anyway, so today, what we're going to talk about is cleaning up iPad. So not just cleaning up iPad, but cleaning up life. Like, if not giant mess, why giant mess shaped? That is my house. It's shaped like a giant mess. So while we clean off some stuff off my iPad, because this is an iPad show, and not going to show you my house, that's for sure. But we're going to discuss, and possibly you can bring me ideas on how to get my house cleaner, how to get organized for reals, like a lot of it's psychological, like how to trick myself into doing something about it, at least every day. Right on, let's get straight into, oh, by the way, Linktree, it's right over there. And I'm sure he will have some other stuff going on. I have already shown my setup another time. I will, but not on a show that's themed in a different way. Right on. Anyway, today is clean. I'm going to switch over using my OBS. I'm going to pick up, it's a scene called Ilya Display. Ilya is the name of my iPad. We're going in our corner. The pie is chomping happily in the corner. And I can't see. I need bifocals by now, I think. Anyway, what we're gonna start with, let's start with Soundbox sound packs. Now I'm gonna open up Soundbox just to double check that I've got all of these. So we're gonna just open up the user sounds, and then I'm gonna open up my files, right? We're gonna make this large and in charge, right? These are my downloads. So I have got, let's see, browse. All right, here we go. So audio share, assets recently deleted. Where is it? Here it is, Soundbox packs. Just a little spot. Now, let's see how many of these packs are in there. So I've got Higgy, Orbis, and Chasm. Let's check for Higgy, Orbis, and Chasm. There's Orbis. There's Higgy. There's Chasm. So now we're going to we can small that up, and we need to find, so I've got a little small, what do you call those things? Flash drive, an SSD. So this is the name of it. Here it's called Assets, which is kind of funny. And there's Soundbox packs. let's just take the info on how much soundbox packs I've already got, right? 111.91 gigs. What? Hugh Caldwell, meow. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's get back over to these soundbox packs. So I've got these 3. So I've got Chasm. Whoops. So soundbox packs. Orbis. Higgy. And those just kind of start vibing over there. So now we got, Zanul. Let's get rid of the zip file. We don't really need the zip file. We don't really need this zip file. So let's go check for Zanul. There it is, Zanul. Beautiful. I love that sound. All right, back to these. Whoops. I hate how it doesn't give you both of them. There we go. Isn't that kind of annoying? I wish it would just give me all of the windows from the same app. But it doesn't, but that's good to know. Soundbox packs. There we go. Orbis. Well, look, you can't see them. I wonder why. Hey, James Myers Drums, what's cooking? I'm going to make sure I don't have... Yeah, I don't have one. I don't have an A. That is really, really weird. Get info. It says it's 1.91 gigs. Look, see, it's there, but it just says it's not. How weird is that? Let's go back and let's browse and let's look at this. Let's get the info and make sure it's not like almost full or something. Oh my gosh, it's almost full. 198 gigs available. Holy heck, I'm going to have to learn how... Next, we're going to have to do a Tidy Tuesday on how to clean up my 800 gigs of stuff that's on here. Yeah, see? I feel a little bit afraid to... I'm almost afraid to move them. 17 gigs. So that's just working, it's doing its work. I think I might actually decide. So let's, I'm gonna show you something here. Here, look at my locally AI, right? Here's my, it may actually be a little intense for right here, but I'm like, my house is a disaster. But I have ADHD. How can I improve? Maybe? Ah! Wow, I love this. It says, first take a deep breath and accept that your home does not define your worth, nor does it accurately reflect the complexity of your mind. For many neurodivergent people, especially those with ADHD, home organization feels like trying to manage 1,000 moving parts in a chaotic system. It is not laziness or clutter as art. It is often a result of neurodivergent processing differences, sensory overload, executive dysfunction, which is brain-based organization skills. Hey, Louis, did I say hi to you? I can't remember. Since standard clutter clearance advice often feels impossible with ADHD, let's adapt strategy to work with your brain. Here's a roadmap designed specifically for people with ADHD. The micro-step approach, reduce friction. The barrier to entry for big tasks is so high that even seeing the tasks looks... And that's so true. Does anyone else out there have this problem? If I look at a task list, I start freaking out. You must lower the bar until it feels trivial. The 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This builds momentum without requiring willpower for long projects. Single tasking. Do not aim to clean the whole house. Aim to clean one drawer or just one countertop just for 5 minutes. Stop when time is up, or if you feel overwhelmed, then start again another day next to the same spot. Perfectionism is a trap. Consistency wins. Thomas says, every once in a while, either by force or by will, I will clean a bit. Lasts maybe 2 weeks at best. So time blocking, set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. These things have actually worked for me before. Work on organizing until the bell rings and then take a 5-minute break. This helps you stay present and prevents burnout. Also, though, I have taken 15 minutes, and then when I clearly don't feel like taking a break, I set a timer for another 15 minutes, knowing that I've already put in my 15 minutes, and that if I break before the end of the second 15 minutes, I'm still ahead. But most of the time, I actually make it to the end of the second 15 minutes. Okay, create physical friction, make chaos hard. Ooh, this is interesting. ADHD brains often struggle with impulse control regarding things we put down. If a phone is just sitting on the coffee table, it will stay there. Create physical barriers that make returning items to their designated homes mandatory before using them elsewhere. Baskets everywhere. Oh, so I have a whole bunch of bins and baskets, so this may work. Create bins for every single surface where items go. Desk, fridge, bath, car. If you don't know where something goes, it should go in the bin. Not in the bin, but in a bin. The dirty dishes rule. Never clean the kitchen until a sink full is cleared. Use baskets to hold dirty dishes as they are produced, not the final destination immediately after cooking. This may actually work in my house. My roommate's a chef, and he's so used to blowing up the kitchen at work, and then the dishwashers clean it. And he's really good at cleaning. Like, it could take me like 2 hours to clean the kitchen, and it'll take him 15 minutes. But he'll just make a giant mess and then get distracted, or, he doesn't have the same follow through as he does at work. So he'll leave a gigantic mess, and that'll basically make the kitchen almost impassable for me. We won't talk about all the things I do to make his life worse, though. Right. Visual cues. Use tape on the floor or colored dividers, even inexpensive ones, to create clear zones. Visual boundaries help the ADHD brain compartmentalize, making it easier to say this is a living space versus this is the entryway. Interesting. Optimize for dopamine. Make cleaning fun. Motivation is the hardest resource to regulate. Turn cleaning into a dopamine-rich activity to bypass the lack of intrinsic motivation. Change the music. Oh, have a cleaning playlist with your favorite high-energy songs, or use ASMR soundscapes, cleaning sounds, rain bubbles, which are known to be soothing. Oh, don't start or I'm going to delete you today. Don't fucking start with me. Anyway, gamification. Try apps like House Organizing Hero, which has specific ADHD features. Yep, let's just, reward yourself later. E.g., I earned 50 points. House Organizing Hero. Let's look for that. Oops. I can't spell. House Organizing Hero. Just find that. Thank you for apologizing, Granny. Organizing Hero on Instagram. Sounds like Utopia? No, I'm not hiring an organizer. It said an app. Let's look in the App Store then. Oh, so check this out. I could actually let you guys look at my phone. Watch this. Oh, you guys are gonna laugh. Let's double check. Let's go back and find out if we are our Soundbox Packs Movimiento. Movimiento. Is it there yet? Or is it still... Nope, it's almost there. See, so check this out. If this is new in iOS 26. See this right here? Look at that. That is a little timer. It's telling you how long it's going to be until it's time to move stuff again. Well, I'm glad that everything is back because I was a bit concerned. I was a bit concerned. So it looks like it's almost there. The progress bar, I know, right? So there it is, complete. So it takes a while for it to populate on here. So okay, Chasm. Let's delete Chasm now from my iPad. There it goes. And there's Orbis. So I can delete Orbis. So the left-hand side is my hard drive on this device, and the right-hand one is my external hard drive. Perfect. Let's see. Xanul. I don't get this. Why is this all goofy? Let's see. Oh, date? Newest to oldest. Let's go by name. And it'll be easier. Because I don't know that they're as old as they should be. Hang on, Xanul. Whoop. I guess I haven't moved Xanul. It can't be. Let's move it. Nope, I guess it's not there. We'll look under M. Where's these Movimiento strings? See, I don't see the Movimiento strings here either yet. See, now Xanul is here. But where are our Movimiento strings? That's odd. Now we'll check. Wired is good. Nocturnes. We'll check for Higi. Higi is there, so we can delete that. Xanul. There it is. Right. Okay, Wired isn't quite there yet. Nocturnes. There. All right, so let's go back to my... There we go. Now... So, here, look. So, Wired looks like it's done. So, now let's go into App Store and look for that what was it called again? House Organizing Hero. So I've only got an M1 iPad, by the way, which is kind of hilarious that do you see what I'm running here? I'm running so much stuff. Look, there's no app called House Organizing Hero on here. Have you noticed that AI absolutely hallucinates apps that don't exist? I did. I noticed it a bunch. Nocturnes. We can delete those. Whoops. Wired. Let's check for wired. Wired we can remove. Let's check those movimentos. They're still, like, I don't know. Maybe I stuck them inside of another. Let's check all of my things in here. So, nope. Choir, Cinepads, Drift. Look at drones. Nope, there's no strings in there. I feel like I saw them work, so they have to be. It has to be just maybe that I stuck them in another folder. Exoria. We can remove the zip file. Frosthold. Nope. Grenadier. Nope. Haze. Hige. Ignis. Crioxica. Let's check an inner. Ah, there it is. Let's move it out. Move into plain old soundbox packs. Huh. So that's gonna copy them over for 8 minutes. Let's go back up to soundbox packs, and now it should be creating them in recreating them here in the main folder. If not, I don't know what. On my iPad. Now the only thing left is movimiento strings. Alright, let's go back to finding out about apps that aren't good for organization because they don't exist. I don't have any malware. That's not as big of a problem on Macs, I don't think. I got malware on my PC, and I've never had any on my Mac. But redefine clean versus functional. ADHD brains often get stuck in the dichotomy of clean or messy, except that functional clutter is different from hidden junk. Embrace functional clutter. If a space looks cluttered, look at it and say, okay, I live here. Accept the chaos. If it's not that messy, it is not that messy. It is that your space filled with your work and life. Let's see. The out of sight rule. If an item is safe and out of the way, it doesn't need to be hidden. Instead of hiding everything in cabinets, which looks worse and loses your items. See, to me, if things are out of my sight, I kind of almost forget that they're there. So that's a problem. Keep frequently used stuff on counters or low shelves. So I think maybe shelves. Functional clutter, right? I'm just giving everyone excuses is what's really happening here. This is AI excusing me. And this is not going to a data center Yo, this is on my iPad. It's strictly on my iPad. This is a local model, large language model. So, adjust the system. A system is more important than a perfect room. If you spend all day clearing, but it gets messy by dinner time, the cycle restarts, and then you're wasting all of your time. Micro habits. Instead of clean up, try just putting the mail in the pile once a week, or wiping down high traffic surfaces every night before bed. Small habits compound over time. And do you guys know about tiny habits? We'll go into tiny habits here after we get to the end of this, because tiny habits is like my little win for getting things done. It's how I've pretty much changed any habit that I've got. And at my age, which is 60 plus, 61, I think. It's not as easy to learn new things as you get older. Your brain kind of what fires together wires together. So these things were wired together very, very deeply. That's why I'm doing things like learning a new language. And I've gotten quite good at it. I went to the store yesterday and I found the store had a sign, had a help wanted sign in Spanish, and I could read it. Yay! Anyway, limit new items. If buying something brings joy but creates more tasks, evaluate against your current system. Be ruthless when acquiring new things. I think not buying things is a really good point here. It's preemptive, but the reset schedule. Designate a specific time, for example, 4 p.m. on weekdays as reset time, just for putting things back even if nothing else has been done. It's a mental checkpoint. I like that. Safety and stress management. If you feel truly overwhelmed, anxious, or panicky around the clutter, step away immediately. If you feel physically unable to continue, take a break. There's no rule that says you must clean now. You're not in control at this moment, and it's okay to let yourself off the hook. See, this is what... So... And this is pretty personal. So I have a lot of like serious trauma from like my the same time my mom died is like the same time that my entire life was falling apart. I ended up having to move back from the Caribbean. All of my friends ditched me and betrayed me. My partner betrayed me and lied to me daily. Not with another human, with their mistress C21 or C17H21NO4. But like everything was going wrong at the same time. Now, anything that reminds me of that time or another time like that, another time was in the early 90s when my brother died and my son died within a few years of each other. And I had a really rough time. And so things will come back and remind me of that. And I'll basically just curl up in a tight little ball on the floor and I'll want to cry. I'll be too tired to even move or think or talk to anyone, right? So that definitely, and I don't know, you don't even have to have trauma to get to that point, right, though? Lower your standards. Accept that your house doesn't need to be Pinterest perfect. A safe, functional home with a bit of chaos is vastly superior to a spotless house that burns you out or leads to... So I already know this, but my house is beyond not Pinterest perfect. It is a fucking disaster zone. Anyway, right? I think this is important. Thank you guys, by the way, for your sympathy. I appreciate it. Many neurodivergent adults believe that if they just work hard enough, their home will eventually be perfectly organized. However, for many people with ADHD, especially if undiagnosed or poorly managed, the brain simply does not function like this. Trying to force it will lead to a sense of hopelessness and self-loathing. Oh, I recognize that. And try to build a system that works for you. This might look different than what others see. It might still be messy, but it might also be your home where you have a place to rest, work, and sleep without the constant pressure of why isn't this finished yet. If the clutter creates severe anxiety or safety concerns, consider speaking with a therapist who specializes in ADHD and environmental management. Oh, this is for people who don't live in the United States, where you can't even get medical treatment for a serious medical issue, let alone go to a therapist, unless you're fucking rich. So, this is for you. Not you. They may suggest cognitive reframing techniques or if I had that kind of money, I would pay people to clean it and not get therapy. Ugh, I've had therapy. Anyway, let's see if there is let's see if there's organization apps in here. Well, how about okay. Yes, exactly. Even with good health insurance, the copays add up. What Thomas said. Yeah, my roommate and I were talking about this the other day. It's like, because I read somebody, they weren't talking about like things like drugs or alcohol or whatever, which are the things that me and my roommate spend money. I don't use alcohol, but I do smoke pot. And I mean, it's not very expensive really, but it does add up over time. But like, for example, I couldn't even pay a health insurance premium with what I spend on that a year. I don't think I could pay 1 month's health insurance premium with what I spend on pot in a whole year. So, there's that. Let's check this out. Movimiento. Is it here now? Where is it? And did I just put it back where it was? Is it in here? In inner? Hang on, I've got an idea. Let's go back to assets. Browse. There we go. Whoops. There we go. There we go. It's out of the inner and inner of the out. Yeah. Well, don't blame your obnoxiousness on on pot, because I smoke pot and I'm not obnoxious. So, all right. It looks like soundbox packs have now been. It looks like we now have gotten. Oh, you guys, we didn't look. We didn't look at how many. We didn't look at how much we were getting rid of. Let's. We might be able to figure it out here. Let's go get info. Before it said we had 185 left. Now we have 177. So 12. We just put 12 gigs on here. We got 12 gigs on here of soundbox packs. So we've gotten rid of 12 gigs. And now we're going to get rid of another 17. But first, let's just hop in. It's in settings, general, iPad storage. So 773. We got rid of 12. Now we're back. So now we can get rid of these. Perfect. Now we go all the way back to browse, and right here there's recently deleted, and this is where we're gonna have to get rid of everything. Delete all 20 items. Woohoo! So we should have just gotten a bunch of space back. I feel bad that you've lost your health care thing, Granny. That sucks. All right. Where did I have that? There we go. 773. It's still there. Why don't we? It's not. Nothing is. I am rebooting. Here we go. 773. Reboot. So 17 plus 12 is how many? That's almost 40. No, that's almost 30. You always forget drive space is a thing, James. Why is that? Haha. Now we're going to go back to the same spot. See how many things we got rid of. $728. Somehow we managed. We must have rebooted the system data a bit. So let's see, what do we got a lot? Where do we have a lot of space? So Soundbox has 117 gigs of stuff in it. 30 terabytes of space, James? Oh my God. So Kymatica, this is audio share in AUM. That is filled with tons and tons of stuff. And then this on my iPad. Hey, Gary Hubs. These are on my iPad. These are just a bunch of apps on here. It doesn't look like there's any files that are that large, so this isn't really worth looking at. 47 gigs. 31 gigs in Logic Pro. That's pretty lot. 19 gigs in LumaFusion. Yeah, James's has got a bit. Pure Synth, 28 gigs. Drive, 19.5 gigs. Launchpad, 14.26 gigs. Procreate, 14.12 gigs. Wow. Chord AI. I don't think a lot of this is too concerned about. So why don't we go next to LumaFusion? It says we have 19.9 gigs. Let's open LumaFusion. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this stuff. Underwater. Stock market. Look at this is just stock footage. Me messing with stock footage. It is it 14 minutes? No, 14 seconds. Gary Hubs says he's got a USB thumb for his phone and another for his iPad. 4K videos, you really do need that much. So these already exist. So I could just delete these. Let's delete them. I don't know if this is I don't know, this might not be something I've already used. Oh, this is that. Nope, this is something that's still... So that's something I'm still working on. Hike Club Jam. Okay. Recording in progress. Let's see how much, if this is the one. Oh. Can't even hear his guitar. I don't think we've seen this. Let's look in my photos and make sure that's in my photos. So I'm going to search for Hike Club, because as you saw, it was in the name. There should be 118 results. Do-do-do-do-do. I don't see that being anywhere. Maybe we should search for LumaFusion. There we go. Is this it? It was 6 minutes and 1 second. I don't think this is it. This is different. Yeah, it is. I think we should export that and then delete it, okay? Movie, photos. I actually only do 1080p. There it goes. Let's let it write. Oi! Do. Wow, it's already 2:43. I love it. I got like 50 gigs off my iPad from earlier. I don't know how that happened, but I did at least 30 in just stuff on just soundbox packs. And I got a little bit of an idea of how I'm going to start working on my house. I'll be sure to post about that, because that's just kind of a yonkity yonks. Okay, now there's a Hike Club Jam, and it gets to go bye-bye. Delete. This is the same thing. Okay. This is the same thing. I have 2 of them. This is something I already posted. We can get rid of that. New song, February 26th. Let's see if we've done anything with this yet. No, they're not all longer, just Monday. I think this is the same as this. Check it out. Did I just... I think I just made the same song twice. I'm pretty sure these are both the same. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that. I guess I'll have to just stuff them together. This shroom one, we can get rid of the shroom one. You can get rid of this underwater one. And this time I'm going to go into actual LumaFusion. It's in, I think it's on my iPad. I'm going to look for LumaFusion. Now there's only 3 projects, but probably all these 5 things are in here. 48 items. These mushrooms and things. And underwater. Like all of these don't need to be here. The mushroom. Mushroom. Underwater. All of these are specific ones that I know are already taken up, but I don't know how many of them are in the stuff that's still there. I don't want to undo them, but you can see like all these swimmy ones. Do 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 do. So those are my story blocks' media. Now we can go check this again. Let's see if it's smaller. It still says 19.9. So, oh, nope, it looks like it's changed. Nope, 13.44. We got rid of another 6 gigs. So noticing you do have to take out, you don't have to just take out the projects, but you got to take out the bundled stuff that's with it, which is importante. Let's see. Let's look at another. So here's, if you have AUM and audio share. So audio share, the way you would want to check it out, let's sort it by size and let's see. This is a song. The kitty ambient. This has got my previous cat, the Cakes, purring in it. So I'll keep that. It's an hour long. No, it's 83 minutes. This is, I think, my band playing and Rockport 2. Let's look for Rockport 2 somewhere else. It's checking our files, checking files. Check in. Let's check back. Let's look all the way. Let's go all the way to browse. There it is, Rockport 2. Look at that. These are both. It looks like they're both on my files, so they are saved. I hate that. There we go. 2 sets of files. Okay, 10 minutes left before we go over to Jade's place. Let's see. Rockport. This is probably under videos, maybe? Music stuff. Or maybe homemade footage. Hike Club. I think it's in. Yeah, that's not music stuff. Probably in here. Well, we'll look for it. Rockport 2. Let's open in. See, show in closing folder. There we go. Live Vegas edition. Cool. This actually has, but anyway, it's saved on there twice. So we definitely don't need to have it in here. We can get rid of that. Trash. Oh, the first thing we should do, let's quickly go to the trash. The trash is at the bottom. Let's throw away our trash. That's a good start. So the way you do this is you tap that little button up there. There it is. See? Doop. And then you select all of files and folders, and then click that trash, 8 items. Now let's go see. Yeah. Oh, whoops. That was in here. All right. Now let's see. Kymatica 108.15. Brad, I'm tired of chasing my dreams. I'm just going to ask them where they're going and hook up with them later. That sounds like a good idea, Brad. So we just got rid of 1 gig in there. So again, you could just be like, you're just in your library and they're sorted by size. So you've got all the huge things at the top, like dronage. But seriously, in here, Mitch Hedberg, yeah, he is awesome. Yeah, so there's all these things like these screen recordings. Let's see what's on there.
The darkness that most frightens us.
I can remove this. That's saved somewhere else. Jazz Synthestra 2. Let's listen to the beginning. All right. I don't know. I don't like either one of them, really. Let's see if we have it on here on our... Let's see if we've got it on... You see the point anyway, right? Let's look at Jazzed. Synthestra 2 on my iPad. Jazzed AI 2. They look like they're the same thing. Ooh, and look, there it's in a... We can get rid of that. Delete. See, so we're getting rid of all kinds of stuff. Let's check back. Let's check in our full iPad storage. 730. So we had 770 something. We got rid of quite a bit of stuff. Yes, we did. We got some stuff out of some stuff out of Kymatica AB. We got at least a gig out of there. We got 6 gigs out of LumaFusion. We got stored up soundbox packs of like 30 gigs. We really just did a great job today. So I'm just going to get back to you with my face. And I'll let you know further. If you want to write in the comments of today's show your ideas for house organizing and stuff like that, or your own stories about the same, it would be awesome. I would love to hear from you. Perfect. All right. It's been fun. And I feel so clean and fresh and happy. So if you just keep your arms inside the ride as I press goodbye, you will be motivated with love and peace straight over to Jade's place. Right? So big love, everyone, and all the peace that you can carry straight into your week. Let's talk gear, kids. Bye-bye.